comfortable regarding our offering for OIM uh, course.
Yeah.
Before that, I just want to know like your background and your interest. What's your current work profile and why you want to learn this particular course. So if you can just briefly introduce.
Yeah, actually, I'm already into identity access management field. I've worked on OAM, but completely on support side. So I want to learn the end-to-end tool, how to develop the workflows and all. So I have been worked on all other IDMs also, but it's all completely on support side, like resolving user issues and all, but never come across the development side. So even in work environment also never got a chance to even the training also, internal trainings and all, I never got chance to practice lab completely. So my main thing is like I want to practice more to understand the complete flow from end to end. So I'm interested to take a course so that they can provide a complete lab, and they will explain each and every thing in the tool. So I decided to take that course.
Mhm. Okay. So, fine, you have worked on support and you may have some understanding of OIM regarding troubleshooting. Means I want to understand, do you want to understand end-to-end flow as an admin or you
Developer.
want to become a developer, so you want to learn how to create a customized connector, how to create a SOA workflow and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay, got that. Fine. Okay. Uh, so, well, so here when we talk about OIM 11G R2 and the recent release, which is PS3, which is there in the market for about 2 years now, nearly. Um, in this release, there are a number of things which have been integrated. So OIM is not just about identity administration. It covers a very broader scope, and we call it like identity governance. So it's not just about provisioning and reconciliation where we are using it to create accounts on some target and to manage accounts, but in broader perspective, things like role management, analytics, certification, and all that stuff is included as part of Oracle Identity Manager itself. So broadly, called as identity governance, which we will be doing in this course. Here this is just a problem statement. This was just for beginners. Just a particular use case I am talking on this slide. The idea is like when we go through course, uh, we try to take use cases and try to explain that why a certain thing is implemented. Okay, what's the purpose of it? So like here, there is a problem statement which says that Stella has joined finance department of some ABC corporation, and she is a new joining, okay, and she is in the finance department and she needs to view some financial reports. So there is some application, she logs into the application, but she is not able to view financial reports, okay. So she has asked about the process and somebody told her that, well, she needs some particular entitlement. So she will request entitlement using a console, we call it self-service console in OIM, and her request will get provisioned, will get her entitlement, okay.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's just a use case for people who are business to understand what is OIM about. Now, on this slide, what I'm trying to depict is a typical IDM environment where you can see I have got Oracle Identity Manager, which is used for a number of purposes like role management, identity certifications, reconciliation, account request. So number of things actually it is being used for, and how it is connected to number of applications. So typically in today's environment, an IT organization, typically mid-size or larger IT organizations have number of applications. So I was working for a bank, and they had nearly 200 different applications. And users were supposed to have their accounts. So this bank was a worldwide bank based in UK, and it had more than 100,000 users worldwide. Users means internal banking employees, not the customers.
Yeah.
Okay. So there it was a great challenge, and they had a IDM implementation. So you can see connectors being used to these applications, and generally, if there is some standard application being used like PeopleSoft or maybe Sales Workforce, so you get out of the box connector for these, but there may be a situation when there is a homegrown application or there may be some legacy applications. So there you need to write some custom connector. So as a developer, you should understand what is the process of developing a custom connector. What are the stages involved, what are the interfaces used, how it will be developed, what is the life cycle of the connector, how it will be developed and deployed. So that's it we will be doing. Okay. And there are a number of different administrators involved in this process. Okay. So typically these are the number of aspects which are achieved through identity governance, and I will take you to the course outline. And now let me tell you that the people who want to become admin and who want to become developers, they both come to me, and the idea is like you said, end to end. So everyone first needs to understand the end-to-end flow. Okay. And then there are specialization aspects. Hello,
I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. So then there are specialization aspects like if somebody wants to become a developer, he or she wants into complete connector development, its deployment, its life cycle, then transferring configurations, transferring connector configuration from one environment to another, like from development to UAT or test environment or maybe production environment. And person wants to learn about approval workflows, which is deployed on SOA server, which will be part of our domain. So these are the aspects for developer. And if the person is admin, she has different, requirement, like maybe some requirement for some performance tuning, looking, a specialization to find out, looking at the logs and find out what may be the reason of a particular fault, how to recover from it. So that's it. So like first 10 sessions, we go into end-to-end understanding, and we'll try to make the person comfortable that, well, this is OIM. And then the remaining 20 sessions will be for the specialization part, Like somebody says that, well, I want to become a connector developer. Okay, you now have the understanding of end-to-end. Now we take you for the remaining 20 sessions into a connector development. And if the person says I am admin, then we take the person into more admin aspect. Okay, so let's introduce you to this outline of the course. So we'll start with the uh, basic concepts of identity governance, and I will let you know that what are the components which needs to be installed, where to download it from, and then help you in installing the product and configure it. And we talk
Okay,
about some.
we'll get a lab to install the lab.
Just give me. Just give me a moment. Okay. Hello. 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 Can you hear me?
Yeah. I thought you were in call. Okay.
Okay. So see here actually we are not providing our own lab environment. And what do you have your own laptop or any desktop computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we offer is that we help the person to configure the complete environment on his. Maybe initially we will spend maybe 3-4 sessions in that. But it's better for the person because this is not a 5 days training where we will engage our machine for 5 days and then the next person comes. Because training goes for a month and it's not possible to keep the hardware busy for a candidate maybe for 30 days, just 1 hour. So that is the reason that model does not work of providing our own environment. So and the candidates also, you know, all these days they want to do their own practice whenever they get time. So you know, typically, you know, I will be giving a demo of the complete installation. I will share the documents and will help you configure the environment on your own machine. Fine.
Okay. Are any image will be given?
Images are there. If you want to configure the image, I want to help you download the image and then you can configure. That's not a problem.
Okay, got it.
Fine. So basically people who also start working with the images, they still say that, well, I've got the images, but I want to learn the installation from scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
So get the images, that's fine, but also learn the installation from scratch. That's also important. Okay. Then the Oracle Identity Manager consoles we talk about and what can be done from these consoles, and then entities like users, roles, and organizations. Create what are the different ways to create from the console or from bulk load. And then we start with some out-of-the-box connectors. Like in this course, I will be using a directory server, OUD, Oracle Unified Directory. And we will use out-of-the-box connector to connect OIM to the Oracle Unified Directory. So you will see that what are the steps involved in installation of the connector, how we configure provisioning, how we configure reconciliation process. Okay, all that you will be able to see. So using policy-based provisioning, what are the different types of provisioning available? What is request-based provisioning? What is reconciliation? What is OIM security? What are identity certifications? Okay, how to any customization in the OIM user interface. So all that we do, and then we ask the person that, well, now what is your interest? So we have covered like end-to-end things from scratch, and now if the person is interested in development or the person is interested in administration. So as you are interested in development, we will start with this topic, of developing connectors to integrate systems. Okay. So we will start using the available APIs, and we will be using the ICF connector framework, which is the latest approach. And using this approach, you will see that how. So, do you have any experience in Java programming?
Yeah, initially I used to have. Recently, never got chance.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
I
have
have some idea. Yeah.
okay basic concepts. Fine. So because these are all Java APIs, so a person should know what is the Java interface, what is the Java class, all that is basic concept should be clear. What is the Java constructor and all that. So that we use. So then we will spend more of our time in this connector development actually. Okay. Testing and installing the connectors. So most of the time will be then spent in the connector development and then testing and installation of the connectors. And then the next thing is that people who come here, they say that, well, there is also something called as approval workflows. So typically at bigger organizations, they have a specialized team of SOA developers. But at places they don't have, and they expect the identity developers, OIM developers, to customize approval workflows or even create the approval workflows from scratch. So OIM provides a basic template for this approval workflows, and then it can be customized according to the requirement. Okay. So we will let you know how to start up with the existing template, and then what modifications and changes can be done for customization of approval workflows. That will be the basic area to be covered in later sessions for a developer perspective. And then at the end, we have some advanced concept of identity certifications and audit, and that will wind up the session. So typically, at least 30 sessions we will do, but if required, we can extend more, to make the attendance comfortable, with our offerings. Okay, so that is what we cover. Yeah. So just let me know about anything.
Okay. What about this lab exercises and all? How do you, help me to work on it?
Yeah.
Do you give any exercises to do, or?
See, it's actually very interesting when you come to my sessions, because I let candidates record my sessions, and for everything I give a complete demo. So it's in a remote classroom where we do not have candidates available for the whole day. So it's not asking a candidate to do something and then to look after that. So how it works over here is that all these 30 sessions I use my time in making the candidate understand the concepts, and moreover, it will be demos. Okay. So if I start a demo on a particular day to create just a particular flow, like creating a custom connector to create a account on a target, just to create an account. Okay. So all the steps I will show. You can first of all record it, the first thing, and the second thing is that I will be providing you the complete lab documents.
Okay. Yeah.
So you both
and weekdays I will not be immediately practice on the thing what you said.
Because it's with everybody. So I asked another guy, that have you even installed it? And he says that, well, I have your document, I have recording, I'm not getting it. So, okay, no problem. So it's like, well, on a
and is it like you only one person will cover the complete training?
See, because this is just about OIM, okay?
Mm.
So I specialize in OIM and OAM, Identity Manager, Access Manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, anything else?
You will be the only person who will complete this training. I mean, because I was assuming like in 30 sessions was if you are not available, someone will join or something like that.
Well, because I let share my phone number also with the candidates.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if it's not there, you can call me. Typically, because I work in Indian hours, so I will not be directly maybe accessible to you in the Indian time zone, like 9 to 5. But like you are in UK,
Mm.
so yeah. So typically we have a 5.5 hours time difference. So first of all, I would like to know that what time you want these sessions. What will be your comfortable time, so that accordingly I adjust my time.
Uh, uh, 10 a.m. UK time.
10 a.m. So are you working? Why you want to do in the morning?
Because most of the times these 2-3 weeks I'm working from home. So most of the times, I need to travel 1 or 2 days. So if it is finished in 10 a.m. I mean in the morning, I can do other activities of my work later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So your 10 a.m. will be like 3:30 for me. Okay. But let me tell you that there needs a little adjustment needs to be done,
Yeah, yeah.
because I can't start these sessions before 5 p.m. my time.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that will
okay,
be
okay.
so anytime, because even I work till I'm available till late of my timing. So just think over, like any time after your 12, even the evening will work for me. Your evening will work for me. So
Oh, okay, okay.
mhm. So any other time you can suggest, like after your 11:30 in the morning.
Okay, okay. Is it fine with 3 p.m.?
3 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
That will be perfectly all right for me. That will be 8:30 in the evening. Uh, so that will be
According
the
to these times, like sometimes 3 p.m., sometimes 4 p.m. Mostly it will be 3 p.m. only.
yeah, that we can adjust. Okay, so a day before you tell, like, tomorrow, I want at 4 p.m. So that can be very well adjusted. Fine. So we'll keep it at 3 or 4 p.m. UK time, and that
Hmm.
works very well for me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And about the fees, they said like,
Fees,
uh,
the
the,
salesperson, I think,
oh,
contact
Rani has to speak on that.
about that. Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
not the person to answer fees. Yeah.
okay, then I'm good with this demo. I'll speak with Rani on further details.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah?
Pleasure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
hello.
you. Yeah, Rani, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Okay, can I start?